Why Germany did not invade the Netherlands in the First World War. Germany's renowned invasion of France during the Second World War took place all the way through Luxembourg, Belgium and the Netherlands prior to reaching France. By doing so, it was hoped that the front would be expanded, which would both stretch out the French forces and make it possible for German troops to rapidly walk around them and escape parts of the fortifications as well. On the other hand, during the First World War, when the German military was experiencing the same concerns, the Netherlands was overlooked, which raises the question of why this occurred. During the First World War, why did Germany not begin an invasion of the Netherlands? In the beginning, when German leaders led by Alfred von Schlieffen were making preparations for any potential future conflict with France, they were aware that it was highly likely that Russia would also be involved. The initial strategy called for them to maintain their position at the border and continue to smash Russia before bringing their whole force against France. On the other hand, in 1905, the Russians demonstrated to the world that their military was not as powerful as they had claimed it was, which caused the Germans to alter their strategy. France, on the other hand, would be defeated first, and Russia would be dealt with after that. There was a difficulty with the fact that the border between France and Germany was highly defended and staffed, which meant that passing through there would take a significant amount of time. Schlieffen was of the opinion that if the Germans were to quickly push through Luxembourg, they would be able to circumvent the French fortifications. He also believed that if they went via Belgium, they would be able to cut through Luxembourg more easily. Furthermore, Schlieffen believed that passing through the Netherlands would be helpful in getting through Belgium. Nevertheless, when war broke out 9 years later, Germany did not interfere with the affairs of the Netherlands. Then why is that? An excessive amount of self-assurance was the initial cause. Those in charge of Germany's military believed that it was unnecessary to go through the Netherlands in order to flank the Belgians because it was going to be simple to smash them. Therefore, there was no reason to deal with the additional paperwork. Another reason was that the German emperor had a cordial connection with the Dutch royal family, and Kaiser Wilhelm personally wanted that they not be subject to capture or disgrace at the hands of the German troops. This was the second reason. Pragmatism was the third and most crucial cause, and it was the case. Because the British Navy was able to easily block trade to Germany, the German High Command recognized that invading France through Belgium would bring Britain into the war. Because of this, it was necessary for the German High Command to maintain portions of the seas free for the transportation of food and products. Because of this, the Netherlands was able to openly import commodities that Germany could buy because it was a neutral nation. This allowed the Netherlands to avoid being involved in the war. It is possible that the Dutch, who are a neutral third party, may be threatened with escalation in order to prevent them from selecting the side of either Britain or France. Because the German military was aware that the Dutch monarchy would never send their country into war with a major power, they were able to exploit the threat of war, which Britain and France would never tolerate, to their advantage in order to make a few minor concessions. For instance, in the early stages of the invasion of Belgium, the Dutch blocked the flow of the Scheldt River, which passes through their land and flows into Antwerp and then on to Brussels. Now, technically speaking, the Dutch were required to do this during times of war, but the Entente exerted a great deal of pressure on the Netherlands to maintain its freedom of movement. The Dutch government, on the other hand, was not willing to accept this because they believed that if weapons and troops were to pass via their country in order to combat Germans, the Germans would have an excuse to invade. Furthermore, it is for these three reasons why the Netherlands were never subjected to an invasion. In addition, as the war progressed, the economic situation in Germany continued to deteriorate, which meant that the demand for Dutch trade continued to increase, meaning that involvement was of no use. In case you were wondering why Germany invaded it during the Second World War, the reason is that it was an excellent location for the construction of airfields in close proximity to Britain. And also, once again, it was an example of overconfidence. Thank you for following this video. I invite you to subscribe to this channel to keep up to date with the next super interesting videos that will be released. Leave a like and a comment below, also with requests on what topics you would like me to talk about. See you in the next video.